I've had the great privilege of traveling around the world to so many different countries through my life, and I can still say, when people ask me, what's the most multicultural place you've ever been, I still say my hometown of Toronto is definitely the most multicultural place, where you can walk down the street and see any type of person that looks any type of way, and no one's looking at them weirdly, and it's really not a big deal because we're just all family here. And this song right now is important to me because I recently announced my world tour, and although I'm going to be traveling to a whole bunch of countries I've never been to before and some I have been to before, I do feel like in a way I've already been there, because literally London is in my city, Trinidad is in my city, Singapore is in my city. I see all of these people in my hometown, and so I feel like I've already kind of gotten a glimpse of them, and that excites me because it's kind of like the trailer to a movie I'm going to see on my world tour, so that's super cool. Another thing people always ask me is what makes my videos unique, and I really do feel that my videos speak to a lot of different people. I make references to soca music. I speak a little bit of Tamil in my videos. I joke around with Jamaican patois and Jamaican Creole, and I think my videos would not be anything like what they are if it wasn't for me being brought up in Toronto. Toronto shines through every one of my videos and every one of my tweets and every one of my posts because I grew up in a place where culture is so accepted. No one's forced to be something they're not, and that's shown through my videos, and I really, really take pride in that. So Toronto is why I am who I am. It's molded me into the person I am. It's molded me into the artist I am, and I would not pick another place in the world to grow up. T.O. San.
The beautiful thing about being from Toronto is that it's so mixed and diverse that you are forced to be exposed to new ideas on a regular basis. The best description I've ever heard of Toronto is it's the world's biggest small town. You can walk a few blocks and experience a whole different world everywhere you go. And at the same time, it has this warmth to it that allows you to kind of get into other people's worlds and understand how people do things that may be very different from you. This project happened very quick, so probably within 2 weeks we wrote the song, recorded the song, came up with the video and shot it. And I mean, with that short time frame, we didn't sacrifice quality. If anything, we accomplished a lot more. The biggest highlight of this entire project was being able to shoot on the Raptors court. I don't think I've ever seen a music video on an NBA court. And when Lilly came up with the idea, I kind of looked at her and was like, well, we'll put that on your to-do list. And the one wonderful thing about Lilly is she doesn't believe in impossible. So if she wants to make something happen, it happens. So we reached out to everybody we knew, called in a few favors, did a lot of paperwork, and we made it happen. And that was a wonderful thing. The more I have to work to grow Humble the Poet, the more I have to leave home. And the more I leave home, the more I miss it, and the more it's going to come out in my writing. And I think it's a wonderful thing that other artists like Drake are putting us on the map. And me and Lilly just want to do the same thing. Nothing more, nothing less. We want to share our influences. We want to share our inspirations. We want to show that the city and the world can have an impact on the art scene, whether that's comedy, music, or anything else creative.
Put your cameras away. You don't have authorization to have your cameras on.
I'm gonna pack your stuff real
Shut
quick.
them off.
Everybody now. Birmingham in my city. Punjab in my city. Auckland in my city. New York's in my city.
The dot,
The 6
T-O,
the code,
the last T silent.
Toronto, you know.
When I leave the YYZ,
I always take a part with me. Dot,
the 6
T-O,
the code.